Hey, thanks for signing up for this 3-step video series. In video 1, we're going to discuss how to perfect your shooting form. In video 2, we're going to go over how to maximize your shooting accuracy. And in video 3, we're going to discuss how to maximize your shooting range. In this video, we're going to start off by talking about the biggest shooting myth when it comes to training your jump shot. Then we'll discuss how to train your jump shot the right way. And finally, I'm going to give you an accuracy test that I want you to complete before watching videos 2 and 3. Many people believe that by going to the gym and taking 500 to 1,000 shots a day, their form will automatically adjust and get better over time. This is probably the #1 biggest mistake that athletes make when training their jump shot. The jump shot is just a complex habit. In simple terms, that means that every time you're about to shoot, your brain automatically sends a signal to trigger the shooting form that you have practiced over and over again, even if it's the wrong form. Think about this. Have you ever had a test to write or an exam to study for, and you ended up leaving it until the last day? Maybe not all of you, but I'm sure some of you have experienced this. What goes on in your head on that last day? You probably think, I should have started earlier. Next time I'm going to make sure I finish everything 2 weeks ahead of time. But what happens on your next exam? Chances are that if you procrastinated the first time, you're going to procrastinate on the second one as well, and the third one, and the fourth one. That's because procrastination is a habit, and it can't be broken on its own. You have to find the cause of the problem and solve it. Shooting follows these exact same rules. It's a habit. So if you shoot the first shot with bad form, just because you shoot 500 more shots doesn't mean that it will correct itself. You have to find the problem and solve it. In fact, by shooting with the wrong form 500 times, you're actually making your shot worse by reinforcing those bad habits. So before you start reinforcing the wrong habits, you have to learn the right techniques and the right mechanics so that every shot you take is with the purpose of reinforcing the perfect shooting form for you. Once you watch videos 2 and 3 and learn how to maximize your range and accuracy, the information alone is not enough. In order to become a consistent lights-out shooter, you have to practice the right way. And the right way to perfect your shooting form is to use what I call the 3A training model. The only way to become a great shooter is to use this model every time you step into the gym. This is something that most of the best shooters in the world do automatically and subconsciously. But if you're not doing it automatically and you're still struggling with your shooting, you have to take the necessary steps to fix the problem. And although it may seem obvious to some of you, what I've learned from all the players I've trained is that most shooters do not train this way. The 3A training model is a form of deliberate practice, and I want you to use this process every time you train your shot. The first A is act. This is where you perform the action, so where you actually do the drill, whether it's shooting off the dribble or shooting off the catch, or just form shooting. Then, once you do the drill, the second A is to analyze. This is the part that most people skip. They go to the gym and take 500 shots every day, but the problem is that they take the exact same shot 500 times, even if they're missing. They don't figure out how they're missing and why they're missing. They just assume that if they take enough shots, it'll fix itself. It won't. Do you know how many shots you miss long and short? Do you know how many shots you miss to the right and left? Do you record your shooting workout so you can find any inefficiencies in your jump shot? This is all part of the analysis process. Some people do this automatically and are constantly adjusting their shot and their mechanics subconsciously. Many pro players have developed the skill to do this, but whether you use a pen, paper, and a camera, or if you can do it all subconsciously based on the feel for the shot, this is the type of analysis that you must be doing if you want to become a great shooter. And that brings us to the last A, adjust. Once you understand how you're missing and what you're doing wrong, you have to take the necessary steps to fix that problem. And my goal in these videos and in future videos is to show you how to fix those problems in your jump shot. So for example, if you're struggling with your shooting range, which we discuss in detail in video 3, it's not something that will fix itself if you just keep shooting from 25 feet over and over again. But if you make the right adjustments and learn the right techniques that we cover in that video, you can learn to shoot from anywhere on the floor. And once you make those proper adjustments, you can start to train your shot the right way using deliberate practice. Remember, the quality of your practice is just as, if not more important than the quantity. In this final section of the video, I'm going to give you an accuracy test that I want you to do before watching the second video. In this accuracy test, you're going to take a total of 40 shots against the side of the backboard. The reason I want you to shoot against the side of the backboard is because it's a really narrow surface, so even if you miss only a little to the left or a little to the right, it's going to hit the corners and it's going to bounce away from you. Start off right at the side of the backboard and take 3 big steps back. Your first 10 shots are just going to be normal shots against the side of the backboard. Write down how many came directly back to you and how many you missed to the right and left. The next 10 shots are going to be from the same spot, but you're going to take one hard dribble with your left hand and then rise up directly into your shot. Again, write down how many came directly back to you and how many you missed to the left and how many you missed to the right. Now you're taking 10 more shots but taking a hard dribble with your right hand. Write down your stats on the PDF. For your final 10 shots, you're going to spin the ball to yourself and catch it and go directly up into your shot. Again, remember to write down your stats. Download the PDF and take it to the gym with you so that you remember to fill out all your stats. The day after tomorrow when video 2 is released, we're going to discuss exactly how to improve your accuracy.